What's up everyone and welcome back to the Werewoof Reactions. My name is Wolfie and today we have a different type of reaction video. I know it's been a while, but I said it was going to be on the last video as well. I said we're going to be doing things a little bit differently this time because we're going to be watching episode 1 of one of my favorite long-running animated shows from my youth, Sonic Satam. However, YouTube has a problem with certain people uploading certain things to YouTube. Unless, of course, you're Logan Paul. Topical. So to avoid trouble on YouTube, I've decided to format my reaction videos like such. The download to my full reaction video will be in the link in the description below on YouTube. You can download it and then watch it wherever you'd like. And then the review part will be uploaded to YouTube. That way I know I can put this up on YouTube without getting in trouble because I won't be using any audio or video footage from Sonic Satam, thus avoiding YouTube troubles. So once again, I reiterate one last time because I know someone in the description is going to be like, where's the reaction? The reaction video is in the download link in the description below, and the review part will be on YouTube. So remember that. You can pause this video and watch the reaction, then pop on YouTube and watch the review after. It's a silly way to do it, but this is the best way to avoid the trouble on the YouTube and avoid getting my channel potentially taken down by copyright strikes. So anyway, I'll see you guys after you're done watching the reaction video. The review part of the episode will be coming up in just a few seconds on this video. I'll see you guys then.
Shadow Basketball.
So that was Sonic Satam, episode 1, Heads or Tails, and as you can see, the show has clearly aged just a tiny bit. This is still one of my favorite animated shows from my youth. As you know, being Sonic, being a Sonic fan and all that really helped, and I could take off the nostalgic, rose-tinted glasses and see that, yes, it's not a perfect show, but still, it's got a lot of great qualities to it that a lot of shows in that era didn't really have, especially for something based off of a licensed property. They actually did take a lot of time to kind of make it its own thing, and which, when at the time, Sonic didn't really have much of a story other than he was stopping Robotnik from roboticizing all the animals. That was pretty much it, but the writers of this show decided, hey, why don't we take that one step beyond? Why don't we go a little further than that? And the show will expand on the little bit of story they gave you here and kind of give you more later. The Sonic Archie comics that were long running until last year were based off of this show. A lot of the characters in this show show up in the comics. In fact, the way I looked at it after the show had ended in the 90s, the Sonic Archie comics were kind of the long continuation of what would have happened if the show had kept running. So that's why I kind of used to love watching and reading the comics. But yeah, it's time to get into the review. I'm going to tell you what I liked, what I didn't like, and then I'm going to give it a score. I don't know if I want to give it a score. It's like, it's old. But here's the thing. Starting with what I didn't like. As you can tell, this is probably the pilot of the show that was probably pitched to ABC or CBS, whatever channel was airing this at the time, to showcase, hey, we have a Sonic show coming up. This is what we want the show to be like. So things are a little rough in places. Things are going to change as the episodes go on, as you'll see here. But things like Pink Sally, which was a thing for a while. In fact, I think she shows up as Pink Sally in Adventures of Sonic, the Christmas special. The one time she does show up in that show, I think she's still using the Pink Sally design. But they change her to her regular brownish tan vest wearing form later on in the series. In fact, her design kind of changes as the series goes on. But let's see, Tails' voice acting was kind of a knock there, but like, again, when you have real children, sometimes real children can't act. They can provide that childish voice that you kind of need for a young character, but sometimes the acting is a little hokey, and as you kind of heard there, yeah, what can you do? Sonic's initial introduction and his attitude there, the random guitar riff solo reminded me so much of Bubsy's initial intro in the Bubsy pilot that was pitched. I don't know if you guys remember that, but also, you see, in the 90s, a lot of pilots, the characters had to be showcased in 30 minutes or less, so what's the best way to do that? Have them act wild and crazy and extreme and radical, because it was the 90s. But yeah, just the whole guitar riff thing and the flips and the splits and all that reminded me of Bubsy's initial opening where he, for some reason, decides he's gonna brush his teeth, eat a bowl of cereal, slide down a slide, break dance, and then proceed to air guitar. And that was kind of his initial character introduction. Yeah, that sort of thing. Was there anything else I didn't really like? Animation in the 90s was a lot of... You're going to see a lot of things that look off. Sometimes the characters will be off model. Sometimes the characters... One character will be huge and another character will be really small. Like when Sonic is standing next to Tails, sometimes you'll see how he'll just warp really big and be really small in some shots. It's just how animation at the time worked. You're going to see a lot of animation errors. That was before everything kind of became streamlined and used a lot more, less hand-drawn, more, I want to say flash, toon boom sort of thing. But yeah, other than that, let's get to the things I did like. This show still holds up to me. Granted, it's still got that 90s cheese in it. I still think this show has decent storylines and decent adventures. For a 5-year-old, this show blew my mind, and it's nice to see watching it, was it 10 years later? Because I did watch it on the box set DVD I have. 10 years later, it still holds up relatively well, and that's good to see. Because this show meant so much to me when I was younger. I used to, oh my god, religiously check the newspaper listings. This is before TV guides. And you used to look at it and be like, when is Sonic going to be on? Ah, yes, 10 a.m. on Saturday, January 7th. I need to be up in the morning with my VHS, my tapes, in the VCR, ready to tape it. Yeah, those were different times. Crazy, right? But yes, I love the show. Sonic is great. Tails was good. You're not going to be seeing much of him again, because the show is really more focused on Sonic and the Freedom Fighters, and Tails isn't a Freedom Fighter just yet. I believe he does get some episodes later on in the series, though, but not quite yet. This was just a good opening to kind of show Sonic and Tails' dynamic brother relationship they kind of got there. Sonic is the big brother, Tails being the younger brother, that sort of thing. It's just endearing. I love the way the characters are written in this show. Rhoda didn't get much screen time, but you'll see him more of him later, more of Antoine later, more of Sally later, more of Bunny Rabbit later, and Rabbot. And we're going to go on their backstories also. So I kind of look forward to that. Hopefully you guys will too. For the first episode, I will give this one... I will give this one 8 guitar riffs out of 10 Sonic spins, out of 10 power rings. There. That will do it for the episode review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Again, this is the way the future Sonic Satam reviews will be formatted. Download link with the reaction video below. Review videos here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. And I know it's cumbersome, guys, but this is really the best way for me to avoid the copyright issues that YouTube has. Without further ado, guys, I think we're about done here. I will go ahead and call it. But thanks for tuning in, everybody, and I will see you all next time. So stay tuned.